Hello, my name is Makenna Jones, and this is my leadership presentation. I decided to start my presentation with a quote that has a lot of meaning with me. My mom is an attorney, so I'm very familiar with Ruth Bader Ginsburg, and I have always thought this quote stood out. I thought it was interesting, and I don't tend to see it a lot of places, so I like that it's kind of my quote. And the quote goes, "Women belong in all places where decisions are being made," and I truly try to live my life that way. With gender standards and stuff like that. And I know that at times business can be a challenging place for women still to this day. And I truly believe that with strong leadership, I can put myself in any situation that I want to be in. So again, my name is Makenna, and I am currently working on obtaining my MBA at Bowling Green State University. I added a specialization in organizational communication because I thought wanting to go up the leadership path that would be useful for me in the future. I also played golf at Bowling Green State University, and before I came to Bowling Green State, I played golf and got my bachelor's of business administration at the University of Cincinnati. When I'm not playing golf or doing school, I like to play with my 4 dogs. I'm a big dog girl, and I like to watch my boyfriend play baseball. He plays collegiate baseball. I've always considered myself a natural born leader, and I really hope through this presentation I can show you why I feel that way. So the first thing I wanted to talk about was leadership and athletics. Like I stated, I was on the golf team at the University of Cincinnati for 3 years, and then this is my first year at Bowling Green State, and then I have another year of eligibility, so I will be with the team for another year working on my MBA. And I have learned so much from college athletics. I've been a part of 2 college athletic programs. On both teams, I never had a technical title like a captain, but obviously I'm an upperclassman now and I have a lot of experience coming from 2 different programs. And I view myself as a leader on the team, although I have not had an official title, which coming to Bowling Green, I'm an upperclassman, but I didn't think I deserved a title coming into a new program. But I always try to inspire my team and guide the younger ones, especially to their goals. Being older, I missed out on some opportunities that I wish I would have had a mentor. So I try to be that mentor for the younger ones because I know how much I would have appreciated having that. I try to inspire and guide the team as a whole, and I try to set good boundaries and guide my team and just lead everybody towards success. I want everyone to do well. I'm a team player, and at the heart of all I do, I try to show unwavering sportsmanship. For work experience, I have not had an official job. Right now, I'm a graduate student teaching assistant at Bowling Green, and then my 2 previous jobs were both internships. I worked for Bolin, which is a factory that I like to talk about a lot in my discussion boards, and then I had another internship with the Haynes Corporation, working with the champion side of things, which was a very cool experience. But I've not been in a leadership position or a management position, strictly interning and a graduate assistant, which again are great places to start because I have learned a ton. I've had a lot of good leaders around me, and I've had some not so great leaders around me. I have learned a lot about effective leadership, and that good leadership can come from any employee. You don't have to be a manager. And that's where, in my position, especially over the summer at Bolin, I knew that if I took initiative and made a commitment to the company, that I would get respected. I struggled when I first got into Bolin with an older employee who was about to retire. He didn't really have a lot of respect for me, and I'm not sure why. I was their first intern, and it was kind of strange, but I was determined to make him respect me. And I think with my work ethic and willingness to learn, that I really gained the respect of them. And by the end of my 3 months with the company, I had that employee nominate me for Employee of the Month. So I helped him with the task, and he really, really appreciated it. And it kind of took me by surprise. I was really, really stunned. But work leadership can come from anybody. It doesn't have to be a manager. But being younger and being an intern, I really, really try hard to make a good impression because I never know where these positions will take me in the future. So everyone has their vision of what a good leader is, and these were the characteristics that I thought make a good leader. A good leader recognizes and appreciates contributions being made by anyone and everyone, no matter how big or how small. They make everyone feel seen and appreciated. A good leader offers support and guidance. They can be like a mentor figure, or not as serious as a mentor figure, but they're very supportive and can be a light when employees aren't really sure where to go to next. A good leader makes well-informed decisions in a timely manner, and they weigh the importance and impact of all decisions. They don't make hasty decisions that could have very bad impacts. They tend to try to make the best decision in the most timely manner for all employees. Additionally, a good leader is able to handle fast-paced changes and make adjustments. They're very flexible and very understanding. A good leader also tries to empower their employees. They trust their employees and give responsibilities to them so they can succeed as well. A good leader, pushes their employees to success even sometimes when employees don't feel that they can do it, and a good leader believes in them. And lastly, a good leader makes very ethical decisions and has clear standards for everyone around them. There's no blurry lines and things are very cut and dry, and it just makes the whole process very efficient. Fundamental truths are the things needed to be in place to lead others, and again, lead others efficiently. These were the things that I felt were just must to be a good leader. And again, I know they differ for everyone, but these are just things that I feel are a must, and this is what I will look for when I'm looking for a future employer that will be in charge of me and mentoring me and making me into the leader that I want to be. These are things that they have, the qualities that they have to have. I want a leader that never tells an employee to do something that they wouldn't do themselves. You have to lead by example. I want a boss that gets down and dirty and does all the things that everyone else has to do. Another essential is the ability to effectively communicate. You have to be a good communicator, which I know is something that you'll work on forever, but has to be a good communicator. Using active listening and working through issues efficiently, and not ever like dismissing an employee because they don't know how to communicate, but just developing communication skills. The ability to delegate is important because it shows trust within employees. I don't want to work for a boss that doesn't trust me with tasks, which I know, again, that's hard to do because, as I'll talk about later, that's an issue I struggle with, but I want a boss that is able to do that. And then obviously emotionally intelligent, have to be able to understand where your employees are coming from, why they're wired the way they are, why they make the decisions they do, that everybody's different and that's okay. And then lastly, being goal-oriented is huge. Motivates teams towards common goals, and it just works way more efficiently. For a class that I have already taken in my MBA, we had to sift through 40 cards, and they had a definition on one side and terms on the other side, and choose the 5 that stood out to us the most. Although this was a difficult process, these were the 5 that I listed as the most important to me, and those were accountability, love, selflessness, thankfulness, trustworthiness. So these are the values that I try to base my everyday off of, not just in work, but again in athletics and just with how I treat random people. I think that these are a really good core set of values. And then additionally, my philosophy is to be an ethical leader, and I want to lead with honesty, fairness, and integrity. And I have this wrote down in my room, and I have these key values wrote down. So anytime someone asks me this question for any sort of reason, I have these, and these are how I choose to live my life. So I thought no better way to talk about leadership style was to use my predictive index test we took for another class, and I am a captain. And a captain, it states, is a problem solver who likes change and innovation while controlling the big picture. I am proactive, assertive, and independent. I put pressure on myself and others to get a goal done. I'm more concerned with the future than the past. As a leader, captain, I want things done efficiently. And when I did this test, I thought it was very interesting because it states that I like change, and I absolutely do not like change. This is something I've struggled with, and as we've discussed in the discussion boards, I am working on it, implementing things to be better at change, but I thought that this was very interesting, and hopefully they're predicting something that I haven't quite seen yet. I hope I do get comfortable with change, and I like change because everything else, the management style and management strategies really fit me. So to be a better me and to be a better leader, I need to work on delegating tasks. I am very aware that I am a control freak. I like things done my way, and typically if it's not my way, it's the wrong way, which is absolutely a terrible way to think, but I'm very aware that this is how I act, and I struggle with trusting others with important tasks, especially if it has my name attached to it. It's really hard to, let go of that control, but I absolutely know that this is something I need to work on. And I would say the second biggest thing I need to work on to be a better leader is conflict resolution. I am not afraid of conflict like most people. I just sometimes don't handle it the best. I can be very assertive, which again comes from my leadership style. I'm very dominant. I like to control the conversation. And sometimes I think that that's kind of intimidating for other people. And I don't want people to be intimidated by me or afraid to talk to me because, again, that's not a good characteristics of a leader. So I know that, I need to work on delegating tasks, trusting people. And then when it does come to conflict, I need to start listening more versus speaking and, trying to control the conversation. To wrap everything up, I wanted to close with my vision statement that I have wrote down and I've worked on and tweaked throughout the years. And that is to live a meaningful and happy life while being a leader and making the world a better place. And I believe that in the future, when I get into a leadership position, with all the experience that I have from internships to classes to athletics, that I can be a good leader. And I know that I haven't had a great leadership position yet, but I truly do see myself as a natural born leader, and I really strive to get myself into leadership positions. Like I have like that hunger for it, and I truly can't wait to learn more about myself and to learn more about everybody else.